we should talk about, before we talk about who would you like to see playing European football out of the so-called smaller clubs, we should talk about Unai Emery's job.
What a job.
So he's won 10 of 16. Since he's arrived at the club, they've got 32 points. Arsenal got 41. City have got 35. That will be the top three. That underlines the huge gulf between a manager that knows what he's doing and a manager. No, I like Steven Gerrard, but obviously it's a little bit too early for him yet with a club like Aston Villa, and a manager that hasn't really got it yet. I mean, what a difference he's made to that 7th Aston Villa now in the Premier League.
Well, he got an immediate bounce. If you can remember and you should be able to remember it, his first game in charge, they beat you 3-1.
Yes, I do remember that.
And he got a real bounce out of the team. Mm-hmm. But when you talk about a manager that technically knows what he's doing, sets him up in the right ways, getting the best out of players, Unai Emery is one of the very best up there. I mean, a lot of Arsenal fans will kind of poke fun at him and say that he wasn't great at Arsenal, and I get that. But I always put it down to it. I don't think he's a bad manager. I think he's good. He's won the Europa League, I think, 3 or 4 times. It was just timing at Arsenal. When you follow someone who's been in charge for 20 years plus at one football club, it takes adjusting. You look at your situation at your club. Fergie's in charge for so long. He leaves. It all falls apart because you've not got that central figure. So Unai Emery at Arsenal was just the wrong timing. But what he's doing at Aston Villa, he clearly identified the club when they said they wanted him. He realised he could succeed, because I think he turned down Newcastle before he even got the Villa job.
You're right, actually. He did, yeah.
So obviously, clearly he saw something at Villa that he maybe didn't see at Newcastle. But what he's doing at this football club, what he's doing for some of these players, fair play to him. But he's always been a good manager. I've always rated him.
Okay. Well, with that in mind then, so you've got teams like Brighton, Aston Villa, of course, knocking on the door. Brentford aren't too far behind as well for European football. I suppose we can't really count out Fulham, can we? I know they lost their last games.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
But still, they've got 10 games to go and they're, 5-6 points off Brighton. So I think we've got to put their name into the hat as well. Do you have a problem? Would it bother you if those type of teams, Brighton, Aston Villa, Brentford, Fulham, were playing European football next season instead of the likes of Chelsea, Liverpool?
I wouldn't have a problem with it whatsoever, because that means they'd have earned it.
I know they would have earned it.
So I'd have no issues if Liverpool were off it next year, or Chelsea been off it, and Brighton gets in there, for instance, then, or Villa, I'd be delighted for them football clubs.
I know. Okay, let me push it one step further then. What about Champions League football? Do you still feel the same?
Yeah.
So for argument's sake, you get nights where you go, Chelsea playing Real Madrid, I can't wait for that. It's going to be great. Would you feel like that if it was Brentford Real Madrid?
Yeah, because it intrigued.
I don't think you would.
I would. Intrigue. This is one fixture you probably never thought you'd see. Brentford versus Real Madrid. I would love to watch that.
As much as like a Chelsea or a Man United or a Liverpool.
Yeah, it's different, completely different. Like at
so
times,
you've got no problem.
But at times, you get tired of watching the same fixtures over and over again. Imagine a side like Brighton or Brentford. It's a bit like when Leicester got in the Champions League. Yeah. I enjoyed watching Leicester in the Champions League because there's an unknown, isn't there? Imagine Brentford was to somehow beat Real Madrid.
I know, but you wouldn't rush back to see that game, would you?
Yeah, I would.
I don't think you would, Benji.
No, you would, because the intrigue to see Brentford against Real Madrid would be incredible.
I don't have a problem with the likes of the Brightons and the Aston Villas. And I know Aston Villa were European champions back in the 80s, I know that. But I don't have a problem with that. But there's still a part of me that when it's a big night of Champions League football, I want the big hitters involved.
Give me Brighton. The way Brighton play football, they probably turn over some of these Champions League sides.
So would you rather see, you've got, I think, Chelsea, Real Madrid next Tuesday or Wednesday? Something like that. Is it Tuesday? Tuesday. Wednesday, it doesn't matter, next week. Would you, if you could click your fingers and that would be Brentford?
No, I wouldn't do that.
Right. First of all, who would you rather watch for Real Madrid?
Right now, obviously, Chelsea versus Real Madrid, because Chelsea have earned it. They've got
forget that.
No, but I can't just click my fingers.
No, but who would you rather watch in the Champions League?
Well, it doesn't really...
Barcelona, Brighton?
Yeah.
Or Barcelona, Man City?
Doesn't bother me.
Oh, listen, I think it does.
I'll give you an example.
I think it does. You always want to see the best of the best.
When I was at Ipswich Town,
we
got the Europa League.
How have we got back to Ipswich Town? How have we done that?
Listen.
Everything's Ipswich on the show.
Europa League.
Yeah.
I was on the bench when Inter Milan rolled into town.
Yeah.
That was unbelievable.
Because you were on the bench.
No, but it doesn't matter. Even as a fixture. Ipswich versus Inter Milan.
Yeah, it's massive for you.
And Ipswich won 1-0.
Well, I know that.
And an arm from header. Bosh.
It's not Ipswich watch. I'm saying the football fan.
No, the football fan.
Who's that? Inter Milan?
Yeah.
Right. You were playing, it's different. Producer Joe supports Ipswich, different. But me as a football fan, I'd rather have watched Inter Milan v Man United, Liverpool, Chelsea,
it's not about
Spurs.
Rather. I would love to see Brighton or Brentford in the Champions League playing against the big heads.
That's where we're going to start today's show. What do you make of
that? As if you wouldn't want to see that.
No, not wouldn't. Listen, I've never said wouldn't. I'd prefer to watch Barcelona, Man City than Barcelona, Brighton.
I've got no dog in the fight. I'd love to just, this intrigue in part of me would love to see Brighton.
You don't want to see the best be the best all the time?
Well, Brighton would be the best if they get in there.
Listen to what you just said.
If Brighton finish inside the top 4, they're well within their right to play in the Champions League.
I know they are.
Which means they deserve
but what
to.
would you rather see?
It's not about rather.
No, but what? It is. No, I'm asking the question.
Unless it's Arsenal.
Yeah.
I couldn't care. But I'd love to see
so
Brighton.
Okay, so what game are you watching, right? You got Barcelona v Man City.
Yep.
On the other side, you got Real Madrid against Brighton.
Real Madrid, Brighton.
Oh, you're so not.
Right,
you sat in that room on your own.
What's the first fixture? Real Madrid versus Man City. I've seen that. I've seen it before. I've never seen Brighton versus Bayern.
03717223344.
talkSPORT Drive with Andy Goldstein. Monday to Friday afternoon from 4 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.